get here. Let me break this down to you. You got to kick the language as if you got it going on. You know, like with the program.
Like a Microsoft Word program on my computer?
No, man, listen to me. You got to speak to the people as though you are with it. As if you ain't new to this. Okay.
I just want to mention this because I'm proud, and you can tell, your story because I know I'm still proud of you for doing it. But let me just get to it. So basically, Jada, Jccc, JaiCreativeCollection, got her own space. Yay! So you can feel free to are you open to telling me what happened with the space? Because I know we was talking about it prior to the interview starting.
Yeah, I'm going into little details.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I got the space in September, so we interviewed August. I think it was August when we did the interview the first time.
I ain't gonna lie, I think it was July.
July or August. I know I did it in September. I got the suite in September. Took a little minute, painting and stuff like that, getting everything together. I bought double machines. I painted. I paid somebody to paint. I bought all new equipment. I was ready to move in. After I was really waiting on the man to paint, and then I was gonna be good to move in.
Yeah.
I was there until January or February, so I was there for a good 5 months. But I just didn't have a good experience with the lady I was renting from. It was a bad deal, but it's okay. JCC gonna get another place.
Okay.
It's not stopping no business just because I don't have a location right now, but you just gotta do what you gotta do. You never know what you can do or what you can handle until you do it, really. You just gotta go through that experience in order to find out what exactly can you handle and what to do better next time.
Right. Everything is a lesson.
Yes.
So, how long has it been? I guess excuse me, over the last several months, obviously you've been working, you've doing whatever else. So what has JCC been up to?
Well, JCC been getting a lot of senior orders and a lot of advertising by word of mouth. I've been getting a lot of hairstylists coming to get capes and aprons done, lash techs, nail techs. Me being in that building when I did have a suite, it was a lot of advertisement because I took flyers, put them in bathrooms, went on different floors. People see me walking in, walking out, I'll give them a flyer. The best business comes from word of mouth. You never know the next person you talk to could be your customer. So I've been doing that, and I'm getting ready for a pop-up shop that's actually a fashion show. Y'all be there. So I have to come up with some new things there because it's part of the fashion show, so I want to kind of dress some things up. I might bring back the custom jackets I used to do just for the pop-up shop. It might just be a drop. I only do it, or you just gotta catch it when I do it because I'm not gonna do them all the time. But on top of JCC finding a new location, I've been battling work and full-time business, so it's been a lot. But it's okay.
At least you're making your bet though. So I noticed that you collab with Brooklyn Clothing, so the Flirn Fit brand. So what was your role in that? The whole it wasn't a campaign, but they was a chair.
Okay, so it's two different things with that. So I do collab with Flirn Fit. Me and her work together all the time. I love Brooklyn. But the campaign that we did was actually Brooklyn's second or third business called Public Consulting, and she helped my business with a campaign. And it went from the campaign with the cheerleaders. All this was her idea, really. I just went to her, or she came to me, kind of collab with that, and it was to show I can do all custom things. Because with the cheerleaders, they held the signs, and I did cheer bows, the cheer skirts, the sweatshirts. We tried to do socks, but we was kind of on crunch time. And then we made it kind of better. We all graduated from CAS, and we had CAS cheerleaders but the only funny thing was we was on King's football field. Yeah,
because CAS don't have a football field.
We barely got a football field, but we couldn't get on the field. King's field was the only one that was open. But with that, she launched her business too. I think I was one of the first that she helped with my business. I definitely love the idea. She definitely thinks outside of the box. I would have never thought about doing something like that to showcase what I can do, because she came to me hey, you need to get cheer skirts, you need to order this, you need to order that, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. Like, she had it all together. It was her idea. She showed me a PowerPoint and everything, how we wanted to do it. She was ready. But with Form Fit, I work with Form Fit a lot. I work with a lot of businesses that I really don't speak about or post. You know, it's just between, you know, you don't always have to post everything. I work with one of the best photography places here in Detroit or Southfield. I do their uniforms. Brooklyn always comes to me with great ideas with her business. I don't know if you've seen, I did like the goggles and the gloves that have her logo on. Yeah. Her idea. She always comes with an idea like, I need this done, I need this done. And that's another way that I get a lot of business too, because her coming with these ideas can show the customers like, I don't just do t-shirts, I do way more than t-shirts. Like I just did a director's chair this morning with her name on the back of it. Makeup artists can come for that, hairstyling, depending on like, you know, what exactly you need, but it's definitely having a custom business. Yeah. A lot of people come to you for everything. You just gotta really have to figure out what can you do and what can't you do.
You know how to make stickers? That's all.
I'm learning how to. My cousin actually, she showed me how to. It's really easy.
You make some stickers?
Yes.
For the microphone?
For the microphone?
Yeah, so basically at Des whatever. At Des Dumb Show, they're me covering it. I'm about to buy. I'm about to, you know how radio, not radio, newscasters have those.
You got a real microphone with the 4 squares on it?
No, I'm about to buy it. Okay. Like I found like the 4 square thing, go on top of it and everything.
When is the show?
The 25th.
Okay, get the microphones and get the piece and just let me know, or ship it to me out here.
Oh,
And
okay.
the logo, they got the square on it. No, the circle.
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah, that's what
I can do it from my real printer. It's just something we just gotta figure it out. My cousin showed me how to do it one time. We could definitely figure it out. We can do it. Oh, it's fine.
But yeah, I definitely need that. Like, I wanted to be like public interviews, but better because it's me. Like, I'm not a regular person. I don't care what I'm about to say. And I'm not a regular podcast. I'm not a regular interviewer. Like,
You're not. But you know what's crazy? Last Saturday, I had an interview. Well, it was like a Zoom meeting with the AKA teams and the Cast Act Alumni Association. Like, they came to me with that opportunity with Brooklyn, thanks to her. See, you never know like what you can do when you know a person. It's not where you go. It's who you know. I did the Zoom call with them, and then we already had this plan, so I was also telling people like, next weekend I got a podcast, and everybody's like, you want a Maya podcast? Like, everybody knows about Maya and her podcast.
Are you serious? I honestly don't think, like, I didn't think anybody really.
People know about you. People know about your podcast.
People show love.
Y'all show love. Like, what's up? People know about your podcast, for sure.
Wow, I really didn't know that.
Word of mouth is a thing. You never know how many people, even, your Instagram might not show it, advertisement might not show it, like you might not get the results, but you never know how many people is out here talking about your business, the good or the bad. You still getting your name out there, really. A lot of people shouldn't focus on the bad, but a lot of people know, like, oh, I'm about to do this podcast, or I want to do this podcast. A lot of people are interested in coming to podcasts. You just never know, because closed mouth can't be fed, really. If they don't ask about it, how would you know?
Yeah, that's true. And I'm sick because I never did the intro. We just have right into the vids. But it's okay.
It's a sidetrack.
I'm crying, man. But I'm gonna start the intro. So, what's the deal? It's the real. And you're watching the PlayHousePodcast. And today I'm here with
Jada, Miss Jccc.
Okay. So, I know we already did like the update and everything. So, I guess I'm just gonna hop right into the questions. So, basically, what me and Jada are doing today is we're gonna answer like a series of questions about being an entrepreneur, and specifically being a female entrepreneur, in our experience so far, and gaining traction, like she mentioned before, word of mouth, and just our overall experience. So I have obviously as y'all know, I look at my computer a lot, and I have the topics and the questions that you mentioned, and also the ones that I mentioned.
It's good, so I can't see this screen, so it's okay.
So I'm gonna start with that's what I wanted to ask you. What's it like to be around, you know, female entrepreneurs like yourself? So, for example, like being across my Brooklyn a lot, you know, working with her hand in hand, and other entrepreneurs that you know you don't mention, or other female entrepreneurs.
I think it's really a good opportunity and experience because you never know what the next person will bring you with the opportunity. Like, as we said before, the interview that I had with the AK-18, Brooklyn actually told the coordinator of that about me. Like, the lady approached me and said, Brooklyn gave me your number, but at first I wasn't thinking like, which Brooklyn is she talking about? Then we kept talking and I'm like, okay, it had to be Brooklyn, like our Brooklyn. And other entrepreneurs, you never know like what they can bring to you. Like my sister, she started to do makeup. My cousin, she does waxing. I have like, I'm real close to my nail techs, like makeup artists, all of that. You never know how that next person can help you brand your business. I always try to tell people, like, you know, I do custom t-shirts. You can always come to me. Like, for example, a bakery, the Black-owned bakery supply shop or whatever that just opened here. You can always reach out to them. You never know what can happen when you reach out to somebody. Like I reached out to them, told them, you know, I do custom t-shirts. If you ever need a custom apron or anything with your logo on it, feel free to reach out and they can bring business to you. You never know.
Good advice. Good answer, like. Cause I'm not gonna say I never thought about it, but you know how a lot of people don't like doing stuff for free.
Yes and no. Some places, like, you know, like Jada and Ari and like anybody that got a big name, some businesses will send them stuff for free just to get their name out there. Or like Diera, they used to do YouTube with Ken, like Ken and Diera, they used to send like free stuff to them just because they know, like, okay, they gonna wear my stuff one day. They might not tag me, but I see them in my stuff. Like, it really warms my heart when I see people wearing my stuff. Like, I made that. I know exactly that I made that. Or, you know, some people might not tag me and I know I did it because I know my work. Even when before I did t-shirts, I used to do like the custom verse slides.
Oh yeah.
I seen a girl, I don't know what store we was in, but you couldn't tell me that I did not do them shoes. Like, I know I did them shoes. My mama like, are you sure? I'm like, I know that's my work. You know your work anywhere. If anybody tried to do the PlayHousePodcast 2.0, you gonna know that they tried to jack your business.
Look, and I'm not going to speak on that, but I
actually we can't speak on that. I do want to talk about how businesses listen. I do want to talk about how businesses can try to jock another business when it's a lot of money out here for a lot of people. Like, it's just because somebody is doing something that you want to do or doing something that you are doing does not mean that they have to take exactly the same thing from your business. You gotta find some like original, something that speaks for your business really. Like for me, JaiCreativeCollection switched a lot over the 5 years. I'm going on 5 years in business in May. Like, oh my God. But like, back in 2017 when I started, I was just doing first slides. I didn't think a couple of years later I would be doing t-shirts. With me, I'm the type of person where I can start something and I'll finish it, but it's like a phase. T-shirts hasn't been really a phase for me yet because I still feel like I'm still in it. Like I haven't found anything yet I want to hop on next. Like I did first slides, then I did the custom jackets, and then what else did I do? Custom jackets, then t-shirts. Down here, I was doing aprons. I was rhinestoning stuff, doing rhinestones. That is very tedious. I try not to do it a lot because it takes a lot of time. But I will do it. Like last year when I had the block party, I did my own jersey.
That was cute as fuck.
Listen, I want to have another one, but I don't think I want to do jerseys again. We can do another thing, but that was really, it was a cute thing. It was a cute thing. Everybody, I liked how people actually participated in the jersey part. Yeah, it was really fun.
What should another thing?
I was thinking about
something like your favorite shop, dress up like your favorite character.
We could do that.
Or a bottle, like dress up like your favorite bottle.
I want to do that when my cousin did it for her birthday. Yeah. But we could do something. I was thinking like, 99, 2000s. Oh, we finna be 20, so are you 20 already? No. Okay, we finna be 20, so 2000 thing we can do like a throwback 2000.
I come.
Okay.
If you have it in like a menu, or even if it's not in the menu.
The block party was so fun.
I will cover that bitch on
Listerine. That's what you gotta know. You and Terrence gonna be walking around taking pictures and interviewing people. Like it was really fun. I wish we gonna do it again.
Alright, yeah. If you do it, and especially like with it being on the block. You know how like
On
the old
my
movies-
block, like it was very fun. It was really fun. The 360 booth, that was expensive, but that was
actually
really fun.
Naya came to my event at school and it was like two or three something.
Okay. I'm gonna think about that. I definitely want to do that again. They were really fun. But see, I'm not the type of person that throw parties. I'm not really the type of person that speak in front of public.
Yeah.
But for that party to turn out how it did, it was really like, okay, we're gonna do this again.
Yeah, that shit was fun. I would definitely go again. But as far as like female entrepreneurs and you know you being in different rooms and things like that, walking in rooms in general, as well as like female entrepreneurs, I'm not gonna discriminate with this question because it really don't matter. But walking in rooms with other or amongst other female entrepreneurs, are you ever like intimidated or anything or nervous or?
Okay, I won't say intimidated. I am a very nervous person when it comes to like talking. Like right now, I'm a little nervous, but like a little bit, like just a little bit. But I won't say I'm intimidated, but I will say I would be nervous. Like I've done like a women empowerment. Excuse me. I've done like a women empowerment pop-up shop before, and it was just all women, and we all got to like speak about our business. This had to be like 2018, so I was only 2 years in business, and I was really nervous. And I'm not the type of person that we could go out somewhere, and people will say like, "You the girl to do the t-shirts?" I won't say anything about my business. I don't know. I'm never the one to say anything about my business, or my friends be like, yeah, you should buy something from her. Like sometimes I'm really quiet until I figure out the room. So nervousness, yes, but intimidation, no. Okay. Once I actually get comfortable and like figure out everybody in the room, you know, I also have a conversation. We can talk about business. We can connect on things. You know, share information. You can always learn from somebody. You should never be the type of person that not try to learn from something. Even if it's something you disagree with, it's something you can learn from. You can see where that person is coming from. Like I can't always disagree with you. I can disagree with you, but I also can see where you're coming from.
Right.
Like take this.
I appreciate that. So as far as you know, printing and rhinestone and everything like that, would you ever expand onto other things like embroidery or like stitching in general?
Yes, I'm definitely thinking about that, and I'm also thinking about having my own boutique. But I think I'm gonna leave JCC like as that business and just venture off to another business name. Even with the embroidery, I'm gonna keep that under JCC. But that's a lot of money.
Yeah,
it's a lot of money. Even with not embroidery though, but screen printing or direct garment, like it's different types of t-shirt. Like how do you call it? Machinery for it. Like what I do is just the simple. You can start off with that. But embroidery is a lot of money and it's a lot of time. You have to pay attention to what you're doing because it's different threads and you have to size it right and stuff like that. I've been looking at it. But I definitely want to take a class to kind of get more information about it. And direct the garment. I have a machine for it, I just don't know what to do with it. It's been sitting here, I just don't know exactly how to do it. Like I said, I want to do a class to see how do you operate everything because some stuff can get a little messy.
What's direct the garment?
Direct the garment is not like vinyl. Direct the garment is literally, I can do this direct the garment. Like, I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like the type of logo you have, you can do direct the garment or screen printing. You wouldn't do vinyl. Vinyl is more hands-on. It takes a lot of time. You gotta learn how to layer. You gotta learn how to cut the stuff right. Make sure you're sizing right. Direct the garment. And screen print, some of it is digital. Sometimes you just put the shirt in the printer and it'll come back out the printer. Print it. It's different stuff to it. It's a lot. I'm telling you, it's a lot of different things. When people say they do t-shirts, you know the shirts that have like, a lot of people get them for like RIP shirts. Oh yeah, that's like the pictures all over them. That's not vinyl. That's direct to garment or screen printing. Like, it's a difference. I'm not sure exactly of everything, but it takes a lot of time. Or sublimation is another like t-shirt brand.
What's sublimation?
Sublimation, like I can print on socks, like the t-shirt I just said with all the pictures. Yeah. You can print on socks, you can print on cups, you know the cups with the pictures and stuff on. Like you can do a lot of stuff if you do your research. You can do a lot of stuff with the machines, or if you like get the right knowledge of everything. Sometimes vinyl might not work for a business that's doing t-shirts or cups and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
It's a little confusing, but I'm trying to explain it.
That's interesting though. So, before we get into like the topics, what are your goals for JCC for 2022? Because it's only March.
It's only March. We got time. I definitely want to find another location. Just because that thing happened, the first time with the location, I definitely know what to look for the next time. I know what questions to ask and like what spacing I need. Because even though the space was a little small, I got to work out of it. Like it was something that I could maintain. But I do want something a little bigger to where you could actually walk in, place an order. You could actually sit down while I do your order and stuff like that. I'm definitely looking for another location. This upcoming year, 2020, so class of 2023, I have a lot of family and cousins and sisters that's graduated. So, with the senior stuff. I'm going to pair back up with Q11 to do another senior photo shoot. I'm not sure exactly what else I want to do. Like, literally, I would wake up one day with a new idea. You just never know. Anything can change with me with the business. Like, one day I'll wake up and just don't want to do t-shirts no more. I want to focus on hoodies and stuff like that. Like, you just never know. I just wake up. Entrepreneurship is not a handbook. Like, everything just so different.
Would you ever make varsity jackets?
A lot of people have been reaching out to me about varsity jackets, but that has to do with like I have to find a vendor for the jackets, and I have to find a vendor for the patches. But if I get into embroidery, I can start making my own patches. So it's definitely something that I want to go into. I'm not saying just yet, just this year, but I'm definitely working towards it.
Okay, for sure. You let us see it. So, like, in addition to the update, like I said before, we'll get into these topics.
Okay.
So, the first thing is the right timing in the entrepreneurial world. Like, what does that mean to you?
So, right timing, you can have an opportunity to come to you, right? But you have to think about it like, is this the right timing for my business? This opportunity might be good. Say, for example, somebody will call me, or our old school will call. I got $500 shirt. $5. Oh my God, I can't get it out. I have 500 shirts I need done by next Wednesday. That's a good opportunity and to get my business out there. But is it the right time for my business to do something like this? Or even with finding a location. When I found my first location, it was a great opportunity, but was it the right timing? That kind of made me think about the next time I go looking for a location, is it the right time or where? Or like, really, if somebody called to do a collab, is your business prepared to do this collab? Are you ready to have so many orders or so many inquiries or phone calls? Is this something that you're ready for? Sometimes a lot of people won't know what are they ready for until they do it.
That's very true.
But you have to think about the right time and where everything too. Because last minute orders come to me all the time. All the time. Like today, somebody called me for 5 shirts that they need by tonight. That's a great, might be great money, might be a great opportunity, but is it the right timing? I didn't do it because of them though. I was going to do it. It was just because of them, like they wasn't ready. And then you have to be considerate of yourself too. Like, just because I'm taking a last minute order does not mean that I'm not going to charge you for the last minute inconvenience price. Like, that's something, I need my money.
Okay.
That's something that you need to think about, really. And a lot of people don't understand that being a small business and like an entrepreneur, it takes time to do stuff that you have to pay for your time, really, because you're just not working for nothing. You're not. Some people might be okay with just working to get inventory, like that money that they're making from their business go right back in inventory, which that's fine. That is something that needs to be taken into consideration, but you also have to pay for your time. You never want to cheat yourself because it's you running your business. When you run dry, nobody else is going to be there to run your business other than you. Oh, that's how it is for me. It's only me doing t-shirts. I don't have help. I can ask for help, but I'm just not comfortable with asking for help yet.
Yeah, that's how I feel like. I mean, but I've never been the type of person to ask for help though.
I will listen. Any last minute order or anything, like I will sit there. I don't want to talk to nobody while I'm doing order. I I will sit there and do it myself. I won't ask for help. Even when I need help and I know I need help, I will not ask for help. I've never been the type of person to do that. I'll get it done myself. And then when the outcome, you know, people enjoy their orders, it makes me like, okay, all the hard work did work off the company.
Yeah. I just feel like right timing is something that people have been trying to like beat into my head about my podcast. So like lately, like I mentioned before, like we talked about like stealing sauce, basically. And I feel like when I made my podcast, I'm not saying that, you know, I'm the person that originated podcasts or nothing like that, but I just think that when I started my podcast, I just noticed that other people started some as well, which is no problem. I'm gonna support them. If I know them, you know, I'm gonna support them, and then if I see it, I'll support you. But I just think that a lot of people are doing what I do, and it'll look like they're doing it better. But I have a smaller scale podcast, so it's like you will steal my idea or you'll revamp my idea and get more clout off of it or get more views off of it or things of that nature. So I think like right timing for me is just I need to relax and I need to wait for the right time and I need to wait for my time, like my time for 1 million views, my time to go viral. And I don't even necessarily want to go viral. I just want to build a space for authentic conversation and a conversation that's going to last forever, because a conversation and a topic is going to last much, much longer than going viral ever will.
You're right, because I still remember from our first podcast, like the stuff that we've talked about from the first podcast was July or August. That stuff stuck with me when I was looking for a suite. We was talking about a suite while we were in that podcast. And the stuff that we talked about, like, it kind of popped in my head sometimes. When certain things come across, like, okay, we talked about that.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you know, depending on the business or like what your business is, some people find comfort in your business. Like coming to sit down and talk, a lot of people might not be comfortable with doing that with other people. Well, I'm about to go to my podcast. I'm about to go talk about some stuff. Like that's how I feel. I'm real nervous when it comes to other stuff. Yeah. But like coming to talk, like I feel comfortable here.
Good. I love that. I love that I can make a space for people to be comfortable and talk to me. Okay. Damn, you're a therapist.
Yes.
But so that topic leads me to mistakes. So, you know, you're going to make a lot of mistakes in life. And I don't know why people don't think just because, like, you make mistakes in life, why don't you think you're going to make mistakes in a business, being an entrepreneur?
Listen, a lot of mistakes can happen, no matter what type of business you have. But when it comes to doing custom stuff like t-shirts, you make a lot of mistakes. I've done an order totally wrong before and had to, like, I finished it and everything. Had to redo the whole entire order. Sometimes with any business, you have to slow down. Sometimes I'm always on the go. Yeah. When I get up, I go to work, go home, do orders, get up, go to work. Like, or I'm going to the vinyl place or the material place or the t-shirt place. Like, you have to slow down and think about what you're doing or creating designs. That's why when I do any custom design, I always let the person look at the design first before I do any final production. After you agree on the production that we've done, the design that we've discussed, it's no changes after that. If you agree with me and I agree with you and we, you know, cordial on the same base, then that's when I do the order. I used to not do that. But it was like starting off, you didn't know. Like I don't have really a lot of help when it comes to like t-shirts or it's not really a lot of entrepreneurs in my family. I'm one of the first to actually have like my own business, other than like my uncle. He used to do hair and have his branding business, doing banners and stuff like this. But you learn as you go with the business. Yeah. Mistakes, you have to learn from your mistakes, even if it's something that resulted in like refunding somebody or having a bad customer. You learn from your mistakes. It's not like you're gonna be perfect. Entrepreneurship is never perfect. Yeah, that's never perfect.
I definitely agree. And I'm not gonna lie, like as far as like my graphics business, so my creative advertising business, so creative group, I made like a big mistake to not charge deposits. And I know that's so, yeah, really? And that's very, very surface level, but, because a lot of people feel like that's common sense, but I don't know, I just think like you're requesting something from me, and this is for, most of the time I'll make like logos and designs. Yeah, literally custom stuff for somebody's brand or somebody's like business. So in my head it's like, you are asking me to get this done so that you can make money. So why wouldn't you pay me, or why would you be opposed to giving me this certain price, or whatever the case is?
Another thing about that, kind of piggybacking off what you said, a lot of people, when they know your age or like what type of business you run, they try to overstep their boundaries of your policies. Even though you learn as you go. Even though you learn to not accept the policies, that you don't do the policies, a lot of people try to argue with you about that. But it's your business.
Yeah.
Like, you have to, if you set policies, they have to follow them. A lot of people don't try to do that. I don't know why. I don't know why they don't. But it's something that is kind of disrespectful to the business owner, really, because you're asking me for help, or you're coming to me, and I appreciate the business, but how are you going to argue with me about my policies? This is how I run my business. This is how I make my money. A lot of people, I don't know.
I don't know either. People, and I understand that, strangers will definitely make you rich, but strangers are not.
Strangers will make you rich before a family or friend will, but I can't say like I didn't have the support when I started my business. I've always had support, but a lot of people don't have support from like their family or their friends. I just never felt that way. Like, I've always had support behind whatever I've done, but I can definitely understand where they're coming from, where strangers will make you money. When we was in school, and when I first started doing the senior stuff, it was not my high school that was supporting us. Other schools started supporting, and then that's when it was like, okay, she do t-shirts, let's place an order with her. Or, well, that's with anything really. Like, if somebody started off doing nails, I don't think I would go to them as starting off.
I wouldn't either.
But as they get better, maybe I'll start supporting. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not, and it's never anything wrong with going to actually get service by that person, or even sharing their business, telling people about it. That's still support to me. Regardless if you shopping with me or not. As long as you, telling somebody about me, or giving a referral, passing on my business card, giving out my phone number, telling them, oh, she do t-shirts, anything. That's some type of support to me, because you're bringing me business. And you never know. Like, you could be in a grocery store talking to somebody, and that could be your future customer. You never know.
I definitely agree. So, what are some of your I'm just making general, so what are some of the downfalls that you've experienced
In my business? Yeah. I would say taking too many orders at once. I kind of overwhelm myself, but I work very, very good under pressure. But
you should.
I work very good under pressure, but kind of like overbooking myself. You know how the saying, I'd rather be booked than busy? I used to live by that. But I really don't want to be booked and busy all the time. Like, sometimes I want to have time for myself, or when I ever want to go out, I don't always want to be at home doing orders because I'm backed up.
Right.
I had to learn kind of how to do time management better with my business, when it comes to accepting orders. If somebody needs to order on the 15th, I don't want to start their order on the 14th to get it done on the 15th. Like, I want to make sure that I'm accepting orders in a timely manner, to actually have time to work with that person to make sure that anything that I'm making is coming out to the best of the ability that they want.
Right.
So I would say time management was a really kind of downfall that I had to learn how to do, because I was either overworking myself or not getting everything done in a timely manner. Another thing I would say, rushing. Trying to do too much at one time.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree.
I definitely say I rush a lot when it comes to certain things. Or like if it's a vendor event or a pop-up shop. Am I rushing to get stuff done? Yes. I'm always waiting to the last minute to do stuff like that. But working on my time management skills definitely helped in real life too. Like, not even just business, but kind of setting aside a schedule to where I know, okay, when I get off work, or this day I'm gonna do orders, or the next day I'm just working designs, or one day I'm gonna just take a day off, I need a break, because you never want to run yourself dry. When you run yourself dry, then you can't really run your business.
Yeah, I agree, and I feel like I tend to run myself dry in general, because I don't have so much going on, and that's not a good thing. But
it's not a good thing, because your body starts to react to it. Your body can shut down. Your body can shut down. Like, that's happened to me before. Like, went to sleep the whole entire day. I was supposed to do orders. Sat down for 1 minute and was asleep the whole, because your body will tell you when it's tired, and that's something that I had to learn last year. That was my first time really learning that. So I used to always be on the go. Mama like, you need to slow down sometimes. Take a break. No, I was ready to go. I need to do this order. I need to hurry up and do this. Like, sometimes you gotta chill and know when it's the right time for everything.
I definitely agree. My mama tell me that. So my mama was telling me that for a minute though, like, and I just don't listen.
But then it's your mama, like, you don't listen. Nobody really listen. Like, when you need to slow down. No, it's like, okay, and you still gotta do what you gotta do.
Man.
And sometimes it feel good, you know, after you get everything done, but then it's like, okay, I do need to slow down. Sometimes certain situations can be an eye-opener for you, like, maybe I do need to chill for a minute. Or maybe I don't need to take orders this day, or don't need to do an interview this day, because I need to take a break for myself. Like, that's something that I definitely had to learn last year. So.
Some of my downfalls have been, so as far as my podcast, it's been like technology, like honestly. Like when I started, and I like kind of watch my progress, so I keep all my cameras. So you know how, you know that camera that Freddie had, and it was like the little tripod, and it was like that. That was the first camera I ever had, and I had it for like, probably like the first 2-3 months I was doing podcasts, or when I originally started doing podcasts. But it's old as fuck.
But you learn as you go. Really, like you start. Everybody got to start from somewhere. Literally. I don't care if it's in your bedroom, in the basement, like you have to start from somewhere. So you will never know until you grow. Like you growing, like the camera you got now. Yeah, the other one might have been old, but it's like you learn and you grow as you go.
Yeah, like, but the only thing with that was like, it was hard to kind of convert or keep converting it because of I have like new technology and I have this really old piece of technology and it's not like the systems weren't compatible. And then as far as like trying to edit. That takes a lot. So I have like a literally an Xbox sized storage unit for all of my stuff, and I'm in school on top of that. So it's like I have to keep my essays on there, I have to keep my resume on there, yeah, all that type of stuff. So technology has really been, yes, like a very big downfall for me. Girl, so look, let me tell you something. So my school called the police on me the other day.
What?
Because I was, so my school's like, or my college's library used to stay open 24 hours. Okay. And no longer stays open for 24 hours.
It's a library. Like, why doesn't it stay open?
That's what I'm saying. Niggas just doing their homework, and it's like everybody doesn't have the money to afford the technology that y'all have in the library.
So like the school libraries got updated computers?
Yeah, it's a thing at my school, or it's an area at my school called the Collab Lab, and they got big ass Apple computers, just like a bunch of them. And they got a 3D printer. It got the 2-screen, like Apple, I don't know what that's called, but it's like you can work on 2 screens, and that helps me like when I edit. I edit in there a lot because like my computer can't hold on.
So speaking of editing, have you ever lost a clip or anything like technical difficulty happened before?
Yes, that's why technology is like, it's such a big downfall for me because anything is something that's to happen. Like I was using, oh my god, like the interview that I just posted this past Friday. So I was using my boyfriend's computer because he was just with me, and I'm like, I'm trying to go to the library, but the library don't say, oh, tell me you lost it. Girl, I edited the whole thing, couldn't get it off. Like I couldn't save it. Oh, like I could not save it. I don't know why he swore up and down like my computer's everywhere on the store. I'm like, bro, everything runs out of storage, and it's literally a money scheme. Like your phone can run out of storage and it don't even be out of storage.
Every time my iPhone come out, my phone always lose sound. Like what's wrong with it?
Right, it loses sound.
It's technology, I'm telling you.
Like, bro, so I couldn't save it, and I was trying to save it for like 2 days. I ended up, I ended up getting it off somehow, but it just took 2 days to do.
Well, and that'll push you back.
Yeah.
Because say you did that on Wednesday, and you wanted to post it on Friday.
That's what
Friday came, and you know sometimes I feel like things happen for a reason too, because maybe it might have been a reason for you to wait for that to happen. Like I've done an order, talked to the girl and everything. When it was time to do the order, I lost the whole entire thing. Like I had to do it while I was sitting there. This happened this past week actually. It was a lot. Technology plays a big part, and I think in everyday world really, like not even in business life, but technology. If we didn't have technology for a lot of stuff, then
Technology is a blessing and a curse for sure. For sure. And then some of my like downfalls for my creative advertising business, or like an entrepreneur in general, has just been like word of mouth. As far as that goes, like everybody would think like I just do podcasts, that's it.
Yes, I can agree with that because the last podcast we did, I did not know you did like graphic design print stuff. You don't talk about it.
I do, and that, like people. Okay.
When do you talk about it? I've never heard you say anything, but to that time, I'm like, what? She did what?
Yeah, like
I never hear you talk about it.
I've been making logos for a minute. Like I made Jada original logo, like his YMC logo. Like I made the like.
I never knew that. You know, Jada used to do T-shirts. He started off my first T-shirt, my very first Jccc T-shirt. I had my name just going across. He used to do my T-shirts. Well, I used to get like T-shirts and bodysuits and stuff. I don't know what made me start doing T-shirts. I don't know where it came from, but it was like once he got done with it. That's when I started. That's when it seemed like, because I remember he did a couple things for me. It was bodysuits, T-shirts and stuff. And I still got that T-shirt.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I had ended up like, it's not the one that he used, but I had made like a mop basically. It ain't end up something. Yeah. But
I never, and we was in like 9th, 10th grade.
Yeah, it's like I've been doing this forever. Like I've been
You never said
forever.
anything about it. You never said anything about it. I've never heard about that until that podcast we did last time.
Yeah, I don't know, cause like some people didn't even know that I had a podcast. Like this boy was like, I thought you was just posting a weekly jump every week. I'm like, y'all don't see my face on here? Like,
I think lately, you know, like shadow ban has been happening with TikTok and social media, really, like TikTok and Instagram. My business went through like this weird week where nobody was seeing my stuff, and you know, my main source of advertising is on Instagram. Like if anything ever happened to Instagram or my business page, I just might lose it. Like I don't know what happened, but like it was a shadow ban thing for some reason. Like, I can post and it was not popping up on people's timelines, or like my story was blocked. I don't know, but a lot of people won't know about stuff until they see it. Like I didn't know you did this.
yeah.
Until you actually show that you did it.
Yeah, I make all of my graphics. I make all of my graphics.
See, like, we should have been working together.
Yeah, girl, I make all your stuff. I'll advertise for y'all, market for you.
I need to work on that. Like having a professional look to advertising, but it's like I do everything custom. My business can change every day. Yesterday I did a tablecloth T-shirts. Today I did a director's chair. Like it's never a set thing for me. Like I'm always doing different stuff, and I've been like having this mindset not to turn the order down.
Right.
Like I really want to do every order just to see can you really do it. Like this past week I did a custom sash that go around you. I did one before, but the way that she wanted it done, I've never done it before. And when people come to me asking if I do certain things, I will tell them like I've never done it before, but I'm down to learning how to do it or give it a try. And some people trust, you know, they trust me to do it because they like my work, and I thank them for that, because if it wasn't for them like trying to have me do it, then how would I know if I can do it or not? Sometimes I do think like I should just do it off the slide, like make something just to see if I can do it. Sometimes I actually like to wait until somebody places an order just to see how good is it going to turn out.
I think about that with like my creative advertising business, like making I'm gonna just show you like everything else,
Please.
But
Like,
like,
I want a banner done.
alright,
But I need it in a couple weeks.
okay.
How long does it take?
It don't take that long because I got this done in like right before I went to school.
Okay, I have one like this, and I had it on my wall in my shop, but it's really big. Like, it's a wall banner. I thought it was something to go across the table. I ordered the wrong, but I ordered this back in 2020 or 2019. It was one of them, and when I ordered it, I thought it's probably the size of that wall. Really, it's really big. It's really big. I need something that's kind of small to go across the table when I do like my pop-up shops and stuff.
Oh, you want a tablecloth?
I got a tablecloth, but I want like a banner to go across the front of the table. I have a tablecloth with my logo on it, but I have like this flyer that has like my picture and everything that I do on it. I want that to go across my table, just in case I don't want to do my actual tablecloth. So I want something that size. So we can work on that.
Okay, we can definitely work on that.
And then I want a pop-up banner, but it's a certain picture that I use that's like the face behind my business. So I'm gonna send you everything and we can go from there.
Okay, alright, bet. I don't know. I'll be like stuff like that, like
I would have never known that though.
Yeah, right. I don't know. Maybe I have to do more. Also, yeah, more advertising on it, and then I also have to make more stuff for people. Like, what do? Like, I'll make like a 3D design for somebody. So like, I'll make a hoodie before it's actually a hoodie. Like, I'm basically like any product. Honestly, like what I did. So I did a product layout for this lady. She has like a cannabis line, but I can't like stuff like that. I can't post it because it's not like distributed. You know, cannabis is not necessarily legal everywhere.
Okay.
So I can't like post that yet. She didn't want me to post it yet.
Or even like, you know, how people will advertise like a banner. Say you just did a blank banner and just put your logo here. Like you can showcase what you can do. And then when you start to actually get the business for it, you start posting like, did you post this on your page? This. So how will we know? Like this is your logo. How will we know what you can do unless you post it? Yeah. Like you can post like, okay, I'm able to do a banner like this size or these sizes are available. Or, you know, like a size guide for banners. That's something that can definitely work. Because when I ordered that banner, I thought it was the size of my table and it's the size of a wall. Like that's something you can help with people. Like a lot of people have questions or actually want to place an order with you once we start getting more knowledge of what Maya can do.
Yeah, that's a mistake that I definitely made. I need to work on that. But I'm happy, like, the things that I do go hand in hand, though. So, like, yeah, I have a podcast, but, you know, it's a creative space, stuff like that. But I also make graphics, and I can make a mixtape cover, and I can make a product layout. I can make a logo, like.
So, all graphic design, it all ties in together. Yeah. And it was always collab. Because the people that you do logos for might need a t-shirt. Like, you never know. Everything that you do, telling you, like, you never know when the next person can help you get a customer. Now that I know you do banners and stuff, I start sending people to you.
Alright.
Everybody always asks me, do you know a graphic designer? And
I'll
give them some people.
Yeah, girl, send them to me.
Some people think I'm a graphic designer because I do t-shirts, but I have to let them know I don't make logos. I just, you know, most of the time people already have their logos made and they'll come to me. I can make something up, but it's not professional logo done, you know, transparent. I know about that stuff, and I tell people, whoever makes your logo, make sure they send you the transparent version. They don't understand it sometimes, but that is very, very important.
But yeah, so the last, well, it's not the last one, but I think it was the last one of your topics, and it's about respect as a woman. I don't know. Maybe I put that on there, but the last topic, or it's not the last topic, damn. This topic is so bad. But respect as a female entrepreneur, like honestly, I don't think I get any respect as a female entrepreneur, especially
why?
Because I don't know. I think people put a lot of stuff past me. I'm not sure why, because I don't feel like I give people.
You feel like people doubt you?
Yes.
But why?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Like, I don't think I give anybody a reason to. Like,
you know how somebody will like start a business and they don't feel the support?
Yeah, that's how I feel.
You may start a business, you don't feel the support in the beginning. But once that one person or more people start coming, that's when a lot of people want to support it. Like you should have wanted to support from the beginning. But I feel like with your business, you can always evolve. Like the more people you bring on, the more people that actually want to come on here and actually talk. Or some people will feel like it's no need for them to support if they don't like to talk. You get what I'm saying? Like some people don't like to talk to come on here. But it's different forms of support. You can support me by sharing my stuff, telling somebody about it. Like you don't have to physically be here or show that you're supporting. Like somebody could drop a song. You don't talk to this person, but you'll go play their music just so they can get their streams. Like some people can support silently and some people like to support out loud. But I feel like for your business, you get a lot of support from what I see. I don't think you might not feel like it. You get what I'm saying? Like you might not feel like as the actual business owner, you might not feel like it, but I feel like you do get a lot of support from like the outside looking in. But sometimes when the people are the outside looking in, they don't really see everything that person goes through to try to keep their business up or going through stuff. Like a lot of personal life could come into how you run your business as well. And that's another like big thing as a business owner. If you're not right or you're not ready for something, you can't like perform your business in the right way, if that makes sense.
Alright.
Like a lot of like life things can happen to you and that'll change the way that you run your business. Or that might come into the way you run your business. And it's totally okay to take breaks sometimes. Sometimes when you take that break, it's like it'll boost you up to get ready for what you're about to come back to do.
People telling me to take breaks too.
That's what I'm saying. Like you might take a break
for like the last few minutes.
Sometimes you just need to take a break off stuff. Like sometimes you get so overwhelmed with your business that you don't think about, maybe I do need to take a break, or maybe I do need to take a day for myself. And that's one thing I definitely had to learn last year. Like it was my first full year actually working like a full-time job on top of having everyday life, having fun in the summertime and working a business. Sometimes you have to take a break to get yourself together. Because people can be mean, life can be mean. Sometimes orders can be just so like overwhelming. But never, I always tell people like never lose confidence in your business or how you run your business. Just because somebody else's journey is going way better to you, it might be going better to them. Like I could see a t-shirt business or anybody collabing with a big business, and that's where timing comes in too. Because like, is it my time to do something like that? Like you have to think about stuff like that. Like you might just need to take a break off doing podcasts and doing graphics and just take some time to yourself to really figure out what you want to do.
Am I gonna take the break though?
No. But I mean, some people think like you don't have to take a break. Some people just keep going because at the end of the day, you're gonna see the results soon. Like just because the support not there now, if you keep working, it's definitely gonna be there. You have to start from somewhere. That's what I always tell people. Whether they're about to start doing lashes, doing nails, waxing, t-shirts, hair, like anything, makeup, you gotta start from somewhere. And the support not gonna be there. Everything is not gonna be perfect when you start a business. And even people that have been in business for 20, 30 years, like they still grow. You still learn how to do certain things.
Right.
Sometimes I have a conversation with like older entrepreneurs or like older people, and they bring knowledge to me about a lot of stuff. Not even just business stuff, but life, really. You just really, sometimes you have to learn how to listen instead of having like talking so much or having a reaction off everything and just listen. And that's something that I'm learning to do. Sometimes I always want to say something right back, and sometimes I have to think like, well, let's just listen to what they're saying for real.
Yeah. That's a gem. Y'all pay attention.
We're learning.
Man, but that just brings me to the topic of giving yourself credit where it's due. I think I have a big ass problem. Not even gonna hold you. Even from the outside looking in, because people have told me like you need to give yourself more credit.
You need to give yourself more credit, Mike.
But it's like I can't give myself credit till I think I deserve that credit. Like I need more. Like I need more, and then I will give myself.
That's just the way you look at things, though. Like, what if, for example, you actually get in a location? That's something we should celebrate. Or sometimes some people feel like you shouldn't celebrate it because it's so small or a minor move, and that's how I looked at my location. But like, I was really proud when you said that. When I asked you, like, do you have a location now? Like, I was really like, you know, from last year to now, you're growing.
Yeah.
More equipment, more cameras, more like certain stuff. The more you get, you know, help your business grow, the more people are proud of you. And you really would be shocked about how many people would be actually proud of you as an entrepreneur. Anybody really. Like when vendor events come or when I get on Facebook trying to promote my business, all the little Facebook aunties be proud of me and stuff like that. It's like you need to start promoting on Facebook about this podcast.
You really on Facebook?
Yes. Facebook is like a whole different era. Like Instagram cool, YouTube cool, but Facebook, you'll start getting more views because Facebook is just like an older Instagram, but they have like reels connected to Instagram too. Like the Red Table Talk, I thought she only did her stuff on Facebook.
Yeah.
Start putting this on Facebook.
Okay, I don't know how did that work? Like how do Facebook followers work?
I'm not really sure. Like I got Facebook my personal Facebook.
Oh.
I promote from my personal Facebook. The Instagram, the business side of Facebook kind of confuses me because I can't get into my business Facebook that I made, but I can post on the page, but I can't edit the page for some reason. But I know with like videos, I've sat on Facebook and watched a long video, something like a podcast on Facebook, and it gets a lot of views. You know, I think you should venture out to Facebook to see exactly how everything works.
Okay, so speaking from a person that's not, like, I'm not gonna stop, like, I'm gonna be realistic, cause like no matter how many breakdowns or like my body giving out or anything like that,
You never gonna stop.
yeah, like I don't stop, like no matter how much I say, like, fuck this podcast, like,
Listen, I probably stop for like a day and go right back to it. Like some people say, like you need a week. No, it depends on the person. Like you stop, it might be for 8 hours. Somebody else stop, it might be for 2 days. As long as you feel like you rested now, then you good. No. Some people just don't stop because I feel like when some people do stop, you might get thrown off really because it might feel funny or you missing something, or you might feel like you should have never stopped. And some people feel like they do need to stop just to get themselves together. Because if you're not right, then you can't run a business right. If that makes sense. Like your mental health really plays a big part in running a business. I think.
And I agree. But I just feel like, bro, like keep grinding. Like no matter how much people tell you to stop,
Don't ever stop.
right? Don't ever stop. Like integrate those breaks though, because I do definitely agree with you.
But totally stopping,
Yeah,
I can see a break. Because everybody, you need, like being in school, you took a mental day. You take a break. But totally just stopping, putting everything on pause. Unless something happening, like you need to. Everybody, situation is different. But no, never just stop out of nowhere.
Don't ever stop. So then the next thing is, because I believe, like I said, like I'm more of like a natural, like a spiritual person more than I am like religious. I'm not religious at all, but and I believe in manifestation. So with that being said, like people need to start manifesting. They need to start believing what they manifest. Like you can't say, oh, I'm about to have this, JCC is about to be this huge, big like printing company and everything like that, and then you don't print a shirt.
I need to work on that.
You do?
I need to work on that. When it comes to certain things that I said, like, oh, I want to do this, like I've really been trying to, and I'm gonna do it 1 year. I really want to have my own pop-up shop. I was gonna do it last year. Something happened. I don't remember. But I was gonna do it around my birthday. My birthday's in June, so that's the perfect time. Everybody, summertime. Yeah. I don't know why. I don't think I can find the right venue. But I keep saying the stuff that I'm gonna do and really don't do it, or do something that can help me get to the next point of making that happen. I do need to work on that. Or saying, I want to get into embroidery or other things with t-shirts, and I don't do it. Yeah. But I will say I did manifest that sweet. I did. I manifested that I was going to get a location. Yeah. I did.
I think the only difference is like you believed it. Like you believed that you were going to get it. Do you believe that you're going to actually go do embroidery, or do you believe that you're going to do pop-up shop? I think you just have to put that extra up and like believe what you're saying. Like, because I don't know. Like I feel like that makes it a lot. If
you think about it, it do. Because you can talk about anything, but it's your actions that's going to show really like. Are you backing up what you can talk about?
Right. I think you can. I think you know all that shit. None of that shit. Make my shit. Make my shit.
But no, I do. I really want to have a pop-up shop. It's really. I love pop-up shops. That's what made me start my business. I went to a pop-up shop. Do you know my Asia? She went to Cass. She used to do parfaits and stuff. She do nails now, but she go to Michigan State. My Asia did a pop-up shop. It was like near King. It was at a hotel. I could say it was about maybe 8 to 10 vendors there, and it was inside the hotel lobby. I love that event. Me and my cousin went. I love that event. Like even though it was so many just young entrepreneurs there, and it might not have been a lot of people, but it was something. It was an eye opener to different people. Like I came as a guest to come shop, and it motivated me to say, okay, if they can sell their stuff and start a business, I'm gonna start a business. I've always been creative, like as a kid, making stuff. I used to put beads on earrings and sell the earrings, do rhinestone phone cases and stuff like that. But to actually do something that you love and make money from it, or like, it's not even always about the money, but you can benefit from it, that actually makes you feel good. Like sometimes my outlet away from people is doing orders. Like as long as you love what you do, it should be no problem with like your business wise.
That's a very, I agree. I like that.
Like if you love doing podcasts, like if sometimes your outlet could be you love talking to people or asking them questions. Like this is fun. Like sometimes people find what their business is fun. Sometimes if you don't like what you're doing, it won't always go the way that you want it to. I feel like you have to be happy with what you're doing in order for stuff to really work out.
But setting boundaries, I think that setting boundaries goes along with time management. So yeah, but I also think that you need to set boundaries amongst like the people you with. So I've actually had a recent problem with this. Me like being around somebody you know I care about, but I can't do work when they're around.
Right.
It's not that they are hindering me from doing the work, but it's not like Maya, like stop doing that work, or it's just saying my name, Mikky, stop doing that work, or like
I said your name the whole entire or do you feel like it's like a distraction?
It can be looked at as that, but I can also be looked at as a distraction too. It's like we'll have conversation about, you know, all the big things we're going to accomplish or whatever the case is. We'll have, you know, great conversation, but I'll stop doing my work to have one conversation, and that conversation, I'll stop doing my work at 9, and that conversation will end at 12.
But do you feel like it's because you talk too much?
Yes,
Okay.
yes I do.
That's
I talk
something
too
with me
much.
too, because I can like have an order to do. Either I'm on the phone talking, I can get my order done from on the phone, but if the person is physically there, I cannot get that order done. I like working like alone. I feel like I said earlier, like my business is my outlet away from people. That working alone is like a therapy for me. Like I can just sit there, I vibe to my music, play music, do orders. It's like a mental thing. Like I feel safe when I'm doing orders, if that makes sense. Like setting boundaries, even like not the distraction part, but setting boundaries with your policies. If some people, even with family might try to do this more, but asking for discounts, that really makes me upset. Asking for a discount, or I need this done, can you do it right now?
Can you do it right now? You get on the printer and go like this.
Listen. Sometimes people don't know, like you have a regular life. Outside of entrepreneurship, you have a regular life. Sometimes I'm not always doing orders. Or sometimes when we get together and we out, I don't want to talk about an order. Like sometimes I want to enjoy myself. Or even friends or your associates.
Yeah.
They might feel like they have a privilege to get something ahead of your order that you already. Family and friends, anybody.
Yeah.
Or they feel like they're cool with you, like, can you do this for me real quick? I have orders to do. Sometimes you have to fall in line, you know. Yeah. That's a boundary too.
Dang, I wonder if I did that with Brooke then. Cause I asked her like, when you do have this size, can you just like set it to the side?
No, that's something different though. I don't know. It just depends on the person and how they look at stuff. Some people, you have that relationship where you be like, girl, can you do this for me real quick? Or some people just feel like, so it really be, for me, people that never really shop with me, can you do this for me? I need it by tomorrow. Like, it don't work like that. It really does not. I always tell people at least try to get with me a week in advance, because I need time to either get whatever you say. For example, they want a red sweatshirt and I don't have red in stock. It gives me time to order everything, make sure I got all the material, and make sure that I actually have time working on time management. I actually have time to get everything done. Sometimes last minute orders work for people. Sometimes orders placed in advance work for people. For me, I like to know what I'm doing for the next week. Like I really like, I've learned last year to do my orders weekly, if that makes sense. So like last Saturday, I was working on this past week's whatever I'm gonna do this week. So this week, or tomorrow, Sunday, I'll be working on whatever order is due for next week. I like doing them weekly instead of months in advance, because I kind of get overwhelmed. And that's another thing about any business. You have to learn your time management so you don't get overwhelmed. When you start getting overwhelmed, then everything starts falling all over the place.
I like this episode, or this episode, I feel like this is going to be called the entrepreneurial journey.
Okay, yeah, we can call it that. Because
Yeah.
we've been talking about a lot.
Yeah.
Mental health, everything.
Yeah.
Is that is big one.
Yeah. So just to I mean we can talk about it. This is the last one next to like manifesting, like our next year to 6 months, or 6 months to a year. So talking about your industry in comparison to mine, and like the downfalls in both, but I feel like we already kind of talked about like the downfalls.
Yeah. But I don't know, like we both do it's kind of the same, like when it comes to the printing company, like we kind of work on the same basis there because we both work for logos and we're making stuff for someone else. Like we have the type of business, and I tell people all the time, I don't have a brand, I have a business. There's definitely a difference between a brand and a business. A brand is like Nike. Nike is a brand. It's a logo that you see all the time. They have different stuff. Or like for example, Form Fit. Form Fit is a brand. I have a business because it's not a set thing that I work with. It's like you come to me to expand your brand and promote your business. They come to you for banners and stuff like that. Or even with podcasts, you come to promote like people that listen to you on YouTube or your social media may not know about JCC, but after you post about it, you know, that's something that helps promote another business.
Well, I guess then we can just talk about like I guess our next 6 months to a year. You want to start?
Or you go first.
Okay, so I just want to manifest. Okay, so I just reached like 102 subscribers. So I believe this shit though. Like I really believe that this is gonna happen. I'm just waiting.
I need to work on manifestation.
Really?
That's why I want to listen to you first. See what you say.
Okay, I want to manifest that I'm gonna reach 1,000, not followers. Well, yeah, 1,000
followers.
1,000 subscribers and followers. I currently have like 480 followers and like 102 subscribers. So I'm gonna reach 1,000 by the end of this year or by next year this time. So like March 2023.
Oh, 2023. Jesus.
Oh, that's what.
We getting old.
Man, like that's crazy. But I can't wait to reach that. I'm gonna feel great, and by the time I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna be able to get monetized. I'm gonna be able to make money from YouTube.
I didn't know it only took 1,000.
1,000 subscribers and like I don't know how many like watch hours it is, but I think I passed it already. Like watch time hours.
See, that kind of ties into what I asked you earlier about how do you make money off a podcast. Like I didn't even think about YouTube paying. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. That's why YouTubers like post so many videos. Like even if they're pointless ass videos, like you're still getting paid off that.
Yeah, like I was watching a video one time and they tell you not to skip the ads that they add in the YouTube videos or something like that because like they get paid for that.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's interesting too. Like I didn't waking up every day and making money off just your everyday life. It's crazy to me.
Man, and I ain't gonna lie, that's when I start doing vlogs for real. So
I'm telling you.
y'all don't think I be doing nothing, this all I do? No, nigga, I live a life. I live a life. But so what do you want to manifest for these next 6 months to a year?
I do want to manifest that everybody comes to this pop-up shop. That's gonna be on Sunday, March 27th from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock. It is a fashion show in a pop-up shop. JCC will be a part of that. I want to manifest that I do get another location for my business though. Right time and everything. It might not have been my right time to fully be there, but at least I gave it a try. I actually want to get my own location, and I want to give more love to my business. Even though I'm always doing orders, sometimes I want to take a break. What can I do to help my business kind of upscale some more? Like I'm going into 5 years of business this May, once again. But like, what do I want to do to help my business grow? Do I want to change my logo? Do I want to change my policies? Do I want to switch my Instagram page around? Do I want to make another website? Like I shut my embroidery, and I can make a website. Do I want to do embroidery? I want to branch off. Like I said, I want to do the boutique. So it's something that I want to manifest for the next 6 months or a year. I do want to start another business. I want to have my money, all over different pots. But I do the t-shirts still. On top of, I've been looking to vendors, like finding certain things for the boutique. I'm not saying it has to be like a store for it, but you got to start from somewhere. That's how I always look at stuff. I do want to do more advertising, get my name out there some more. Yeah, What else? I did think about some other stuff that we're not gonna talk about just yet, but it's gonna come.
Okay. Something that I think you should do, like if you do get a boutique and you like just make it like an online boutique, kind of like Alana's, kind of like Donna's fashion boutique, and get kind of take your customers from JCC and like kind of circulate them and like spread them. It's just matching the outfits together. So like, let's say you got a hoodie like that you made, and you
pair it with the pants that I sell. That it makes sense. I feel like the makeup artist that I go to, I love her. She always, every time I go get my makeup done, she always tells me that I need to start a boutique because I know how to dress. Like I can put stuff together, or like when it's time for me to go out, I know how to dress myself well.
Yeah.
So when it comes to a boutique, like I have to be open-minded about the stuff that I order because even though I think it might be ugly, I might actually compare it with something that make it cute. Like sometimes clothes are ugly and you have to make it cute. It don't always have to be designer or a name brand or something so expensive. Like you can go to Rainbow and put an outfit together.
Okay, put that shit on.
You can go to Saks and can't find nothing. Like it's really depend on how you can do it. So with me doing that, I would definitely take that into consideration with the boutique and JCC because I have a lot of people that's kind of like our age or teenagers and young adults is my target audience, really. So like with the clothes, with the boutique, that's another thing that I have to take into consideration because what is everybody wearing at the moment? Boutiques change weekly, daily. Did they get a new drop? You see something, post, So that's something definitely. And I feel like if the boutiques start to get a lot of attention too, I would find a space that can fit the boutique and JCC, kind of combined thing. But I do want to have a different name other than JCC.
I like that. This is just for me though, specifically. I think that you should just get different stuff. Because I know I'm kind of dressed. I like the sweatshirt though, but I'm kind of dressed like regular right now. But I don't know if you know, like, I was gonna say I don't usually dress like everybody else, and I try not to anyway.
You don't, but like this one outfit that's on your Instagram with I think you got blue heels on.
Oh yeah.
I love that. Like
I like different.
Yes, you can definitely put some stuff together. Like I definitely know that.
Whatever, and I will put it on. If you send me something, I will wear that shit on here. Like I wanna, like at one point, like when I get my own space, like for the Playhouse, like I wanna put that shit on every episode. Cause fuck you talking about? Come on, this bitch and outdress me. Come on, this bitch and outdress me.
I definitely think something that a lot of young entrepreneurs, like I feel like our whole generation is hustlers for real. I definitely want to do something to where we can have a building to where this floor could be the podcast floor and you can have another floor with boutiques, and it's not a competition. Like we can all come together and be a team and run an actual like venue or a space. That'll be a moneymaker. Photographers, we can have photographers on the top floor. We can do a lot of different stuff if we can all just come together. Sometimes a lot of people think just because somebody doing the same thing as them, they gotta be beef. It's not that. Sometimes you can actually help the next person. You never know what you and that person can come together and do.
Yeah, that's another. Remind me that you said that.
Okay.
But I definitely agree, and that's actually like one of the things that I want to do, but not necessarily, with like multiple things. So being that the two things that I do are really close to each other, my dream has always been to open a full service like creative advertising agency.
Yes.
So what I also want to do is have like a multimedia wing where I will shoot my podcast and then rent the space out to other people. So like photographers, if they want to take pictures there, other podcasters, and stuff like that. And I also want to have like a free like computer lab, because it's like I done 24 hours though, but you can't go to work. But yeah, like.
But some people don't have access to the technology or something they need to help them promote their business. Like for me, I'm really supposed to work from a computer, doing the t-shirts. I do everything from my phone. And it might not be good because it's on a smaller screen. I got a tablet and stuff like that. I have a computer, but I just feel more comfortable working everything from my phone than actually sitting on the computer. Sometimes you got to figure out what works best for you, really. And that ties into what we said earlier with the different business journeys. Just because someone else might be up there and you still feel like you're down here. Like sometimes it's just not your time yet. Everybody has their own time.
A lot of this it has made me feel more content in where I'm at in life and where I'm at in my career on both sides, and even like in school and stuff.
Sometimes people feel like they can't handle a lot of orders or a lot of business or so many interviews might drive you crazy. Sometimes you might feel like not talking one day. You just don't want to do an interview.
I don't think I'm at everything.
You talk too much.
Yes, girl, I talk too much. And the funny thing is, I went to college and didn't say nothing.
That's not. Remember how I told you when I walk in the room, I don't say nothing. I am the friend that just talk too much sometimes, but when we get certain places, a lot of people think I'm mean, and I'm really not mean. Like I might look like it, but I'm not. Like it's not. It's just my face. Like I can't control it. I'm not mean at all. Like once I actually get comfortable and actually have a conversation, I can say I'm not that friendly, but I'm not mean. Like if a person approached me, I would definitely smile at them. You know, give them a conversation. But a lot of people think I'm mean, and I'm not.
Yeah, you're not mean at all.
I know I'm not mean. I might come off a little aggressive, but I'm not mean at all. Just a little bit.
I think that's the only. It's just where you're from. Because people think I'm aggressive, but I am.
But it's just like a lot. I guess I don't know if we went to school together that we just know, but like we didn't talk a lot in school. But I've never thought Maya was me or really was me.
That's crazy because I think people think I'm mean, but I be saying some stuff they can think I'm mean.
That's different. Your personality is not me.
Oh,
Now you being as a person, like saying certain stuff, you know, that's different. You know, we do stuff like that. But personality wise, no. And your personality can say a lot about you when you're in the business. Even personal, but when you're in the business, if you like a shitty person to people, when you start that business,
it's gonna show.
It's gonna show because as a person, you have to be a good person in order to get like good results from certain things. So you always have to be nice how you treat people because you never know what you being shitty to one person can hinder you in your business from a lot of opportunities. You never know who you're talking to. That's why I always tell people like try to be nice to each customer. People will try you. They will definitely try you. But don't let that get you out of your character because you never know what that one person could have a connection to that could have been your next opportunity for something.
Right. I definitely agree. See, we dropped gems this whole episode, and y'all better tap in, like. But
I loved it.
but it's the end.
I know we talked a lot.
But I mean, it's fine. So, all right, bet. I just want to thank you for tapping in, showing love, and coming out for.
Thank you for having me back again.
No problem. I guess this is kind of an interview. It's kind of like a JCC update, but also, entrepreneur journey.
Yeah.
I definitely think we should come on like when we start like making a lot, like a significant amount of money. I think that we should like actually make it serious because then we'll be like living in it and it'll impact us differently. I feel like every few weeks or every few months because we're getting so much money, like we're getting so much income.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'll definitely come back like updates. Like I feel like with the podcast, even though you interview a lot of different people, if you keep a tab on like your one person, even rappers, like you interview a lot of rappers that starting off or getting attention in Detroit. Once they start getting more attention outside of Detroit and you like update them with another podcast just to see where they are in life, that'll help you grow too because a lot of people might tap in like, say for example, Big Sean.
Oh yeah.
Say for example, Big Sean.
Girl.
Say he started doing podcasts at this before he started off. If somebody know that this is where he started doing his podcast at, they're gonna start coming to see your YouTube channel just to see his interviews back in 2008 to now.
That's crazy.
Like you just, I don't know. That's crazy. A lot of things that we can do.
Yeah.
And I feel like you should start getting tapped in with Cass too.
Cass it?
Yes.
What would I do with that?
Bring your business to that school. Like they can have like a technology class or a podcast. Like you on the first floor of the podcast class. Like if they can bring something or even like an after school activity or group. Like I've had them reach out to me with certain groups. Entrepreneurship, anything. It does not always have to just be like your business, but being an entrepreneur, you're an entrepreneur with two different businesses. Definitely, I actually just an application.
All right, man. It's okay. I like that. I like that we did this. But before I like officially ended, you know who fucked up though? Let up into the couple He had interviews with Big Sean in middle school.
Were they
exactly? I had asked him about it because he had ended up telling me because I had interviewed him. And he ended up telling me, like, I guess he lost it or something.
See, that's what I'm saying. If he would have kept them, even though he is known, like, a lot of people will go back to that particular video if he posted it just to see what Big Sean was like. Even Kanye just came out with the documentary.
And
on
I
Netflix.
watched that. Yeah,
I'm not even a fan of Kanye, but I sat there and watched it. I don't really get into like Kanye. He's not the type of people that I listen to. But I actually sat there and watched that documentary, and I just thought it was so crazy to me how these are old videos, and they kept these videos for so many years. Like, he was a kid then. They kept these videos for so many years, and now it's actually something, and it shows. Like, I always wanted to record my life. Like, I really wanted to start doing that, but I used to always tell my cousin, because she always like helped me with my business, keep me company when I'm doing orders and stuff. Like, we need to start recording me doing this now, because we never know where we're gonna lead to. Yeah, and we can always look back on this.
Definitely, I think it could kind of be like a Ari and Tatum type of thing. But they started like they do YouTube now. I feel like if they would have did YouTube with, like in the middle of him like blowing up doing hair, his YouTube would be crazy.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we got a gears grinding. Look, we about to look. All right, so I just want to thank you for tapping in, showing love, and coming out for an episode.
Yes. Thank you for having me again.
No problem. So the links to everything JCC is going to be in the description below, as well as all the socials for the Playhouse Podcast, as well as myself. And once again, I just want to appreciate you for tapping in, and it's the Playhouse.
When I touch down, you better tap in.